Many came to the West in hopes they'd make a small fortune and return back home. At the turn of the century, demand for goods and services were so heavy that a man could go into any business without previous training or experience. And many did, including shopkeepers. As villages and towns began popping up around Alberta, so did general stores to provide homesteaders with supplies. Anything from cheese to a horse harness, from flannel work shirts to chewing tobacco, it could all be found at the general store. Storekeepers often accepted cash as payment, but were also open to trade for farm produce or labor. Since they knew their customers, sometimes a credit system was also used. And of course, it wasn't perfect. There was always the one character who found a way to avoid paying. Storekeepers also played an important role in their communities. Often they were fire chiefs and telephone centrals. They gave their customers advice, and in some cases, the storekeeper was appointed justice of the peace. In the evenings, they hosted games of checkers and gatherings around the radio to hear sporting events. Since they met many travelers, they often became quite good storytellers. Steve Hall and his wife moved to the town that bears his name, Steveville, in 1910 and opened a boarding house, stables, and a general store. The store was sold to Bert Coltis for $525, and he worked hard to build it up as a store that served not only Steveville, but the Blood Indian Creek, Cessford, and the Hunting Hill. Ownership returned to Steve later on before he passed away in 1937 and Edith in 1943. The town wasn't ever able to attract a population and was abandoned. Today, there are still remnants of the ghost town north of Dinosaur Park along the Red Deer River. The age of the general store came to an end when the motor car, catalog shopping, and urban department stores took over. Some still exist today, but are most often in small towns and villages.